Hi, everybody. It's Monday, 8th of August. We're going to start with the tennis ball. So let's get onto the ground. Take your tennis ball with you. If you don't have a tennis ball, I'll show you what to do without the tennis ball. So on the floor, we're going to sit down on one side and we're going to be massaging the iliotibial band, okay? So with one leg behind you, the knee pointing up so you can lift your hip up. And you'll place the tennis ball just underneath the hip, and I would say underneath the bone. This is the trochanter bone here. You want to bring it underneath, okay? And you'll just rub up and down very gently. Your opposite arm, the lower arm, you're going to have a little bit of weight on it. So just roll back and forth and go gently. And then once you've done that spot, you place a tennis ball in the middle of your thigh and you'll place the opposite hand on it and you'll just press down into the tennis ball. So if you don't have a tennis ball, have your knees bent and simply massage up and down the outside of the thigh. Use your fingers and press into the side of the thigh. Okay? So here we are. Tennis ball at the middle, you're pressing down, releasing, pressing down, releasing. And we'll do the same thing a little bit closer to the knee. So bring the ball closer to the knee, opposite hand on the knee, and you press down. So it's massaging that band. It's actually tendinous tissue that goes from your hip all the way down to the lower part of the knee. So it goes from the ilium to the tibia, thus iliotibial band. And this part of the leg, let's take the tennis ball out from underneath, and then everybody just rub up and down the outside of the leg. This part of the leg, it can get inflamed, either from being too tight or even from being too loose. It is responsible for the health of the knee. So it is something to pay attention to stretch every once in a while and also to work every once in a while. We want balance. We just look for balance to keep it healthy. Let's do the other side. So with one knee bent, the top knee bent, you'll place the ball just underneath the trochanter, okay? And you'll support yourself with the lower arm and you'll rub up and down or back and forth. Both are going to work, okay? I like to rub up and down because it goes the line of the iliotibial band. If you don't have a tennis ball, stick your fingers in there and go up and down to just above the knee. You don't have to go at the structure of the knee. So you just go up and down, okay? Rolling a few times, this feels really good to me. This actually, I used to do it with almost all of the weight on the ball. This is a better way that I found. Hands on the floor, okay? Let's take the ball, place it at the center of the iliotibial band and press down. So when you don't put all of the weight of your body onto it, it's much less painful. And I found it becomes a little bit more efficient because then you can get a deeper massage without going into so much pain. But I tell you what, everyone, I have not met a student yet who feels a bit of pain in the iliotibial band. Okay, let's bring the ball down a little bit lower and we can just gently press against the knee, pressing in. I think everyone is a little bit inflamed because we sit so often. I mean, you know how I am about sitting. It's okay to sit, just not for long periods of time. Okay, now that we've massaged that, place the tennis ball to the side and just rub up and down from the knee to the hip. And it kind of brings some warmth, some heat in there. I'm just gonna mute you because I hear there's some coming on now. And for the recording, we all wanna be muted. So I'll just quickly mute. There we go. Okay, so you're rubbing up and down the sides of the legs. Now we're going to stretch it. So you're seated, bring one leg, you can start with the right, over the left. See how far you can go. You know this. This is the yogic spinal twist. And you can have the lower leg straight if it's better for the knee. Okay. And Eveline, you do not need to twist. Just sit up tall and pull the knee towards you. Be sure you don't press too much against the belly, Eveline Chenya, okay? Just lift up nice and tall and feel like you're lifting the knee up towards the chest. The rest of us, we can pull the knee against the belly and turn just a little bit towards the hip. Okay, just turn the shoulders and the head. So we get a little spinal twist in there. And you should feel very strong stretch on the outside of the leg. And then to switch, just set your hands behind you and uncross and change. You could, again, have the lower leg straight if you prefer. Sit up nice and tall so you can get both hip bones touching the floor. And Eveline Chenya, again, you lift the chest, get length through the body, and pull the knee upwards as if you want to pull it towards you. It's going to touch your belly, just don't compress, okay? We don't want to compress it. See if you can find more space. And the rest of us, we can grab a hold of the knee, really pull it towards the armpit and turn the shoulders a little bit, turn the head and hold until you feel the stretch down the side of the leg. Good job. Let's release and unwind. And let's come up onto all fours. You can place the tennis ball to the side. We won't be needing it anymore. Hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Cat and cow. Take a deep breath in and curl. And breathe out and round, look to the belly button. Breathing in, let's curl. Breathing out, rounding, look to the belly button. That's it. And again, we breathe in and we curl. Breathe out and round. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Now let's take a little bowspring position. So you allow the belly to lengthen. You allow the hips to come up and back. You allow the body to curve. And let's bounce back and forth, just gentle bouncing. Feel that the hands glue into the floor. The fingers are spread, but not tense. So they're gently spread on the floor. And now keeping the hips back, let's lift the right knee, place the right foot down so it's in line with the left knee. This opens up and this actually twists and turns at the iliotibial band. It's very interesting. So we're going to set our right hand on the right thigh and open up a little bit. Lift the chest, pull it to the front of the mat. Lift your chin as well. And you should feel a nice stretch down the front of the body as well. Then we'll reach with the right hand far out in front of us, fingertips on the floor, and again, bounce back and forth. This bouncing can be so good for the joints, for the muscles. One more bounce back, and we'll reset the hand down, reset the knee down. Keep curve in the back, lift your chin again, and let's bounce back and forth. And let's raise the left knee up, left foot comes to the floor. We take the left hand, place it on the inside of the left knee, and push it open, as if you want to push your left knee out towards the back of your mat. Lift your chest, lift your head looking forward. Feel that lengthening and that stretch through the side body as well as in the hip. Deep, deep breath in. Eveline Chenya, this is really super good for you. And then coming back with the left hand, reach far out in front, fingertips on the floor, bounce back and forth. Little bounces, it's prepping the joints, it's getting them hydrated. And let's release, bring the hand back down, bring the knee back down. We're gonna bring our hips to the right, turn your head to the right so we get some neck movement. And then bring your hips to the left, turn your head to the left. And again, to the right, look over your right shoulder. To the left, look over your left shoulder. 2 more times, right and left Last one, right, good, and left. Come back to center, tuck the toes under. Everyone take crouching cat. Hips lift up, knees bend, toes open. In the crouching cat, let's make a little yes with our heads, moving through the neck, and then a little no with our heads, and go back to a little yes. Something I used to do a long time ago, and it's super good for our necks. Now lift your head and look forward between your hands, and let's bounce back and forth, opening your knees as you bounce. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open your feet as wide as your mat. Walk your hands back, fingertips on the floor. Let the hips go way back. Look forward. Get into that deep squat position, and we bounce it. 5, 4. Be sure your hips go back. 3, 2, and 1. Hands go onto the thighs. Lift your chest. Keep the hips pressing back, and we'll bring our right shoulder forward. Look over the left shoulder as far as possible. Coming back to center, bring your left shoulder forward. Look over your right as far as possible. Coming back to center, we'll change again. Right shoulder forward. Back to center. Left shoulder forward. Back to center. One more time each side. We move slowly and we get into the sensation of moving the different joints, moving the articulations. Back to center, lift the chest. With all of this heat, we get a little bit more flexible. So be sure that you're moving slowly. We're going to squat down and lift. Moving slowly and with awareness. Be conscious of how you're feeling. 3 more bounces. 2, and here's the last one. Come all the way to standing. Step your feet in and step your feet forward to the front edge of your mat. Separate your feet hip width. Open the toes. And today I want us to do that little bit of dialing out. It's just a gentle boop. It helps to engage the external rotators, which is going to help to keep the iliotibial bands healthy. Hands to your heart center. Lift your chest, draw your shoulders back, and lift your chin. And let's get moving. Take a deep breath in, raise the arms. Breathing out, bring your elbows down towards your knees, the hips go back, hands come to the floor. Step yourself back to a lovely plank position, everyone. Lift your chin. Hold it here, pulling the belly flat. 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees down. Lower your chest all the way to the floor, pointing the toes, lengthen your legs, rise to a cobra. And push back onto your hands and knees. Let's do a side stretch. Right hand off the mat, left hand on top. Press your hips back. Coming back up, changing. Left hand off the mat, right hand on top. Press the hips back. Back onto your mat, tucking the toes. Let's rise to downward facing dog or crouching cat. Looking to your hands. Step your right foot forward first, then the left. Stepping all the way to the front edge of your mat. Knees bend, hands to thighs. Lift the chest. You come into a chair position. Now we're going to change the chair a little bit. Bring your hands behind you, stretch your arms, opening the chest, lift the head, lift the chin. And then as you release, come to standing, stretching your arms by your sides. Find a perfect posture here. Arms completely stretched straight for the tricep activation. Chest lifted, knees are soft, hips are back a little bit, chin lifted. Hands to your heart center. We'll go again, same thing. Deep breath in, rise. Fold and bend at the knees, elbows come down, and step yourself softly back to a plank position. Lifting your head, everyone. Hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Knees come down. Go all the way down for a cobra. And Evelyn Shanya, you know you can point your toes and softly let your hips fall forward to open up the belly, front of the body. Everyone push back onto your hands and knees. Left hand off the mat, right hand on top. Press the hips back. Changing, we're getting in that side stretch. Change sides, hips go back. Back onto your mat. Tuck your toes, take crouching cat or down dog. And let's step the left foot forward first. Left, then right, left and right. Bend your knees, hands to thighs, come to chair. Arms behind you, please, clasp them. Stretch the arms straight, open the chest, lift your chin. And coming up to standing, arms stretched by your sides, perfect posture. Let's go again, hands to heart center. Deep breath in, rise. Holding, elbows come to knees, go for it. Step back to your plank position. That's great, everybody. Hold the plank position. Good, Evelyn, good. 3, 2, 1, excellent. Everyone move down to the ground, point your toes into cobra. Well done, Evelyn. And push back. We're gonna go onto our hands and knees, right hand off the mat, left hand on top, stretch back. Good. Changing sides, left hand off the mat, right hand on top. Stretching. Beautiful, everyone. Back to center, take your down dog or crouching cat. Hi there, Lisa, I see you come in. Welcome. Bring your right foot forward, stepping forward. Gently, gently. Good. Excellent. Into chair, hands behind you. Bring your hands behind you. Yes, good. Hands behind you, hold it. 3, 2, 1. Now everybody, I want to see that perfect posture. Coming up, perfect posture. Yes. Arms stretched by your sides. Perfect. Hands to the heart center. And let's go. Rising up, deep breath in. Breathing out, fold yourself forward, stepping back to the plank. We go slowly with the heat. As it's really hot, we want to be careful that we don't overextend ourselves in the heat. Good, move all the way down now. Pointing your toes, rise up to cobra. And push back to down dog, or sorry, onto your knees. My fault, onto your knees. Hands off the left-hand side of the mat. Stretch the side body, yes. So stretching the side body also has the advantage of opening the lungs. Let's change sides off the right-hand side of the body. This is lengthening out through the rib cage, stretching all those intercostal muscles. Good. Back to center, take either down dog or crouching cat, everyone. Excellent. Stepping your left foot forward first, then the right, then the left and the right. Get yourself into chair and bring your hands behind you, stretch them behind you. Open up the throat, open the front of the body, and we hold it. 3, 2, 1. Coming all the way up to standing, and let's release. Good job, everyone. Take a big step back, getting into the center of your mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Bend your knees softly, okay? Just a soft bend. Raise your right leg. Now it's as if you're stepping onto a step in front of you. Raise your arms in front of you and clasp the fingers together except the index and the thumb. Hold this position, draw your shoulders wide. Now gently twist to your right. Evelyn, you don't go very far, you just turn your shoulders. Everybody else, see if you can get your shoulders turned completely perpendicular to your hips. So your hips face forward, your shoulders are facing completely to the right. Hold it. 3, belly in, 2, 1, turn back, and everyone release. Good. Lifting up your left leg. Reach both arms out in front of you, shoulders wide, clasp the fingers together, hold it here. Already in this position, look for length in your spine. And then we twist to the left. Evelyn, you don't have to twist far. You just go slightly diagonal. The rest of us, we want to go completely to the left, turning the shoulders in the opposite direction to the hips, holding. 3, 2, 1. Release it, bringing it back, and bring everything down. Okay. This is getting ready for what is to come. Take a small step forward, not to the front edge, but almost. Hands to your hips. Step your right leg back, but in a half lunge. You don't want to go very deep in the lunge. Let's keep the back heel lifted for the moment and sink down. So you sink your right knee down as far as possible. I want you to bring your right arm forward and your left arm back. So it should be your right leg back. Right arm forward, left arm back. Now, Evelyn Shenya, you can stay here. The rest of us, we want to start turning the upper body as far as possible until we can see our left hand. Hold it here, turning the head and shoulders, sink down, breathing 3, 2, 1. Now, Evelyn Shenya, you're gonna gently straighten both legs and just bring your right hand down as far as possible to the floor, left hand to the sky. Everyone else, we've got our knees bent, we're twisting. We're going to keep twisting here and bring your right hand down, left arm up. Hold it. Evelyn Shenya, you're facing the floor. Everybody else, you're turning to the left. Hold it here. 3, 2, keep breathing. This is getting also into the health of the iliotibial band on the outside of the left leg. 1, bring your left hand down. Bend your front knee, everyone, and raise your right leg up as high as possible. Evelyn, you can do this. Hold the leg up, point the toe, lengthen the leg as much as possible. The standing knee is bent. Holding here, reach your arms farther out in front of you, everyone. Walk your hands farther out in front, getting length through the side body. Get the right leg up. 3, 2, 1. Bring the right foot back down, hip width, walk your hands back. Everyone, hands on the thighs, lift the chest, clasp your hands behind you, just like in the chair in the beginning. Open up the front of the body, sink down deep. 3, be sure that your knees are as wide as your feet. You're not squeezing your knees in. They're out as wide as the feet. 2, and 1. Let's release. Arms by your sides. You're still somewhat at the front of the mat. Hands to hips. Let's do the other side now. Step your left foot back. Okay, so it's a shortened lunge. Shortened lunge. Bend the back knee. Bring it down. Stretching your left arm in front of you. So your left leg is back. Left arm comes in front. Right arm behind. Evelyn Shanya, you stay here. Everyone else begin twisting. Turn your head. Look to your right hand. Go as far as possible. Sink down. Whew. Hold it here and breathe. Ay, ay, ay. We're working a lot of core, and it's also working into the stability of that iliotibial band. Good job. Everyone from here, simply straighten your legs and fold, keeping the twist. Left hand comes to the floor. Evelyn Shenya, no twisting, you just fold forward. The hand comes to the floor, right hand goes to the sky. You can keep your knees bent. Everyone else, see if you can stretch your legs straight. Getting into that triangle twist, twisted triangle. 3, good, open up. 2, beautiful. 1, bring the right hand down. Bend the standing knee. Everyone, lift the left leg. Raise it up as high as possible. Walk your hands forward. Standing knee bent. Lengthen out your chest forward. Lengthen the side body. Point the left toe. Straighten the left leg as high as possible. Keep breathing. Really good work for the legs. And we bring the left foot back down. Whew. Bring your hands in, hands to thighs. Lift the chest, reach around behind you, stretch your arms straight. Lengthen out the throat, front of the body. Keep the knees apart, that's important. And come to standing and release. Hands come to your hips. Bend your knees once again. Set the right foot on top of the left thigh, both knees bent. Palms together. Bring the thumbs into the crown of the head. Lift your chin, lift your elbows, and curve your spine. Looking skyward. Hold yourself here. Balancing on the one leg. Infinity pose. And let us release this. Other side. Bend the knee. Left foot onto the right thigh. Palms together. Thumbs to the crown of the head. Elbows go up. Curve your spine. Leaning back. Look skyward. Relax the jaw. Let the curve in the back happen. Allow the legs to work. Fantastic. Releasing, coming back down. Whew. All right, everyone. Hands to your hips, and you can face the camera. Right knee bends. Bring it out to the side, and let's take tree pose. Ankle, a little bit higher than the kneecap, or the inner thigh. Arms stretch in a V position. Lift your chin. Lengthen out both sides of the body and front and back. Good. Soften the face, soften the eyes, soften your mouth, and hands to hips, relaxing the leg down. Let's change sides. So balance is so super important for healthy aging. Go to your ankle, a little bit higher than your knee, or inner thigh. Arms stretched in a V. They actually test balance to see how well we're going to age. And you can improve your balance at any age. Even someone starting at 80 can start improving their balance. You just have to do it. You just have to work on it. Hands to hips and bring the leg back down. Good job. Okay, we're going to move to the floor. So get ready to do our held plank position. And Eveline Chagnon, you can do this on your knees, no problem. For anybody else that has any injury, if you have injury on your elbows, shoulders, or at your low back, you could also do it on your elbows. You could even do it on the floor with the head down and just lift the belly. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in, let's rise. Folding forward, step yourself back to a plank position. So as I mentioned before, you could have your knees down. It'll make it less intense. You could also bring your elbows down. That's fine too. You could also be all the way on the floor and just lift the belly a little bit. Okay? Just find the position which is going to suit you right now. And we hold, flattening out the belly as much as possible. Of course, Eveline, you don't want to do that. You just want to feel the contraction of holding the baby, okay? It's like a hammock, tightening up, holding the baby, that's all. If everyone can, right now, contract your perineum and lift the perineum up towards the belly button, all right? There's already an intense contraction here, and your shoulders and legs are working, but if you can bring in the perineum, so much the better. 3 more breaths. 2, 1. Bring your knees down, everyone. Open the knees and sink back into child's pose. And relax here for a moment. Just letting go. Good. Come up onto your hands and knees and bring both knees to the right-hand side of your mat. Sit down onto your left hip. we're gonna do the hip work in this position, the same position as we massage the iliotibial band. It might be a little bit hard, but the exercises don't last long. So both hands can be down in a diagonal position. Lift the leg to the side, okay? This already contracts the outer hip, the side glute, as well as the iliotibial band. And you're gonna lift the leg, 10, 9, it may be already very strong, 8. If you want to come down on your elbows, it takes away a little bit the intensity. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now keep the leg up and I want you to straighten and bend. It's super intense. 10, 9, 8, good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, yes, 2, 1. All right, bring the leg back down, lift from the side, take that same leg and cross it over the bottom leg. We do the stretch, same one we did at the beginning of class. It's all about balance. We work it, we contract it, we stretch it so that it reacts better when it needs to be stretched long and when it needs to contract. Okay. We'll change sides. Bring your knees to the opposite side. Hands can be down for a more intense workout, or you could go down on the elbows for less intense. Lift up the side leg, and actually, Eveline Chenya, I would stay up on the hands. Don't bring your elbows down, so you can lengthen out the front of the body. And you don't have to turn both hands down. You can have your body turned facing front. Let's lift the leg 10. The knees bent. 9. Good. 8. 7. 6. 5. If it's not intense for you, there's a positioning you need to change. Hold the leg up. So the positioning might be twisting your upper body farther towards the side. Now we're going to stretch the leg straight 10 times. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. Good. 3, 2, and 1. We bend the knee, bring it over on top of the other, and take that twist. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know about you guys, I really felt that. That was very strong. Okay. We're going to move on to our tummies now. Eveline Chanya, you're going to be doing the same thing, but on the knee, on the knees with one leg. So let's roll down onto our bellies. Hands underneath the forehead, feet apart. Raise both legs up. This contracts the glutes, and it's also a little bit contracting the iliotibial band, seeing that the feet are apart. We're going to bring the feet in and out, in and out. Eveline, for you, you're going to be on your hands and knees. One leg, you bring it out and in, okay? And you switch after about 10. Everybody else on the floor, do another 3, 2, 1. Bring your legs back down. Move your hips from side to side to rest. Lift the head, reach your hands behind you, clasp your hands, stretch them straight, and let's take snake pose. Raise the legs, raise the head, chest, shoulders. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Holding 3, 2, 1. Come on back down and relax. Modified bow pose. So Eveline Chenya, you're going to be doing it on your knees. It's like the camel. For us, knees bent, hands to your heels. Push the heels into the hands. Open the chest. Holding here. Open the throat. One more deep breath in. And let's come back down. Hands underneath the shoulders. Come up onto the hands and knees. Again, side body stretch. Right hand off the mat. Press the hips back. And then left hand off the mat. Press the hips back. Let's come back onto the mat. walking your knees forward. Bring your feet to one side. Come to a seated position, everyone. Hands at the backs of the thighs as we roll down. All right. We're going to start some of the work with the perineum. These bridge poses are fantastic for the perineum. So bring your feet about hip width. The head can be down. You're going to lift your hips halfway up, halfway. As you breathe out, bring the knees together and pull your perineum up towards your belly button. As you breathe in, you open the knees. Let's go, 10 times. Breathe out, perineum up, knees together. Breathe in, open the knees. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Release, bringing the hips down. Bring your feet together now. Cross your right leg completely over your left. You're going to raise the hips again, not very high, just slightly off the floor. And we'll do 5 squeezes, and you're going to squeeze the perineum together. It's as if the doors close very tightly. Let's go. Breathing out. Breathing in, release. So your legs, your thighs, and your glutes will all squeeze together. Breathing out. Release. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Relax. Uncross and bring the soles of your feet together, knees wide. So you may notice all of this is also working the iliotibial band, which is our focus today. Lift the knees back up, crossing your left leg over your right. Hips come up halfway. Here we go. Squeeze tight. 5 times. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Release. Uncross, soles of the feet together, knees wide. Just relax and let go here for a moment. Let's keep the feet together, keep the knees wide, press the feet against each other, squeeze the glutes and lift the hips. This is frog bridge. We're going to hold it here and lift a little higher for 10, 9, 8, 7, little pulses, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring the hips back down. Lift your knees up. Bring your knees together and separate your feet wide just to rest for a moment. Bring your feet in hip width, elbows into the floor. Raise your hips up. Raise your right leg to the sky, pointing the toes. We're going to press up higher. Let's go. 10, 9, working the glute and the thigh, quadriceps. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the right foot back down. Reset yourself. Feet hip width, knees hip width. Raise your left leg, point the toes, and we press up higher. 10, 9, 8, 7, that's good. 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Bring the foot back down. Bring your hips back down. Knees together, feet apart. Just rest for a moment. Feet hip width, knees hip width, elbows into the floor. And this last one is, of course, our yogic bridge. So press down through the elbows, lift the hips up, lengthen out your neck. You can roll up onto the shoulders if you wish. If you like to take full bridge pose, you could set your hands and come up to the crown of your head and into full bridge. And we hold the position. Breathing deeply. Just focus a bit on your breath. Let's raise our arms over our heads, reach behind, and gently lower the back, one vertebra at a time. Very, very slowly. Once the back is all the way on the ground, stretch your legs on the floor, separating your feet as wide as your mat. Then let's bring both feet to the right-hand side of the mat. Palms of the hands touch each other and bring them over to the right-hand side, and you get yourself into a banana position. So it's like a banana on the floor. Point your toes and feel the side stretch. Turn your head also to the right. Yeah, that's good. And then releasing, step your feet back onto your mat, and then off the left-hand side of the mat. Slide your hands off the left-hand side, and it's the banana going the opposite direction. Point your toes, and we'll hold. 3, 2, 1. Releasing, coming back to center. Bend your knees. Open your arms wide out to the sides. Palms face the sky. Allow your knees to fall to your right. Evelyn, you can just let the right knee fall out to the right and hold this position with the left knee up. The rest of us, we can stack the legs and turn your head to look at your left hand. And then we'll roll all the way to the right-hand side, grab a hold of the left ankle and push the left knee behind you to stretch the thigh. Let's bring the left knee up towards the left shoulder and roll softly back onto the back. Arms wide again, knees bent. Let your knees fall to your left this time. Turn your head to the right. And we'll roll all the way to our left-hand side. Grab a hold of the right ankle, push the knee behind you. Get that quadriceps stretch. Bringing the knee to the shoulder, let's roll back onto our backs. Good. Keep the right knee up, stretch the left leg onto the floor. Flex your right foot and stretch the right leg to the sky. Keep curve in the low back and simply pull the leg towards you and hold. Deep breaths as you get a stretch down the back of the leg. The foot is flexed. Releasing this, cross the right ankle over the left thigh and push to open your right hip. Push the knee away from you. And then lift both knees up, grab behind the left knee and pull the knees towards the shoulders. Uncrossing will release. Stretch the right leg onto the floor. Left knee stays up. Flex the foot and let's stretch the leg. But keep curving your low back, please. The foot flexes completely. Pulling the leg towards you. Look for the stretch down the back of the leg. Good. Let's release, crossing the left ankle over the right thigh. Push your left hand onto the left knee to open up the front of the hip. And you'll feel there's a twisting going on in the hip socket, which also affects the iliotibial band. And let's lift both legs, grab behind. You don't have to pull it in very far to be able to feel the stretch. If you keep curving the low back, it's better for your low back, this stretch, to keep the curve. And let's uncross. This time, soles of the feet together. Grab a hold either of the ankles or the feet. Open the knees with your elbows and get that inner thigh stretch. Pull your feet towards the belly button, knees wide. Grabbing a hold of the feet, open your feet into a happy baby pose. Rebend your knees, one leg at a time, stretches onto the floor. Turn your head from side to side, finding a good position for the head and the neck. And you can place your hands onto your tummy. We're going to be doing the 3 levels of breath, where you breathe in first, feel your belly move. Then you feel your chest move. Then you feel your collarbones fill up and breathe everything out. We'll do that again. First, belly moves. Second, chest. Third, feel like you're filling up all the way underneath your collarbones and breathe everything out. As you do this, your lower abdomen does not move. Your lower abdomen stays strong. We don't want to press against the perineum. Everything stays strong here. You feel your upper belly fill, chest, collarbones. Breathe everything out. 2 more times. Feel belly, upper belly, chest, collarbone. Everything breathes out. Good. Once more, everyone. Upper belly, chest, collarbones. And breathe everything out. Good. Turn your hands now so that the palms are facing the sky. And you're in an easy position for Shavasana, the relaxation exercise. Allow the breath now just to move in and out of the body, effortless. Begin relaxing your feet and your ankles. And if you're already feeling relaxed, give yourself a scale from 1 to 10, where 10 is completely and fully relaxed. And see if you can take yourself closer to the 10. Now your legs. Where are they from 1 to 10? Take them closer to the 10. Now the hips. Take them closer to 10. The low back, the waist, the tummy. Taking it closer to 10. The ribs, the chest, and the upper back. The shoulders, especially at the upper shoulders, close to the neck. Spend some time there. Getting it closer to 10. The arms, the hands, the neck and the throat. The jaw. All of the muscles in the face. Scalp, the hair. Now bringing your whole body together. Get yourself closer to 10, fully relaxed. What would that look like to you? What would that feel like to be fully and totally relaxed? Without being asleep, being awake, but relaxed. Begin now to move your fingers and your toes, remaining relaxed. Raise your arms over your head and stretch. See if you can do this in a completely relaxed manner, no effort. And then softly lifting your knees up to your chest, staying relaxed. Rock a bit from side to side. Roll to your right-hand side, place your hands down, and push yourself up from the side. Easily, slowly, you come to a seated position. Again, completely relaxed. Good. Let's rub our hands together. Bring your hands over your face, just prepping all the muscles in the face for the rest of your day. Tap around your eyes, shake out. And this time, take your 2 index fingers and place them to either side of your lips and pull the lips wide, then make a kissing motion 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands over your eyes, palming your eyes. And we'll softly bring the hands down to the heart center. Have a lovely, relaxing afternoon. Even if you have to work, you can stay relaxed. Take care, everyone. Have a good day. And drink lots of water during these hot days. Thanks very much.